Ladies and gents, appreciate the love and the support. Continue to do that. Tell a friend to check me out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel right here. Make sure you tell your friends and the people you talk to subscribe to the channel as well. Greatly appreciate it. Today, we will be talking about quote, black privilege, unquote. And you might ask yourself, what is black privilege? Is this fool talking about the Charlemagne the God book? Not at all. I am talking about the scenarios that we tend to experience either at our job, either with law enforcement, etc. Just never know. Just in everyday life. You run into or you work for a person of color who take their title a little too seriously. And they feel because they have a title that you should treat them this way, or you should bow down to them in a sense. And that has always been an issue for me. As much as I am about my people, as far as doing what we need to do to better ourselves for the future of our children and being more educated and always asking why and having a why to that why and a why to that why, because we were raised to do as we were told and you couldn't question adults. Well, now you done got it to a point now that we have became adults, and now we don't want to ask you any questions when you ask us, so what's on your mind? What's the point? You didn't want to answer them then, and I'm figuring it out now, and I don't want to talk to you about it because now I'm starting to realize either you didn't have the answers and you was too prideful to tell me that, which is always wrong, because you got to show that you're a human being, even to your own children. Yes, they are going to always look at you as a hero, superhero, however they going to look at you as. But at the same time, you want your children to always look at you as being human, because they are a part of you and they need to understand and realize that you make mistakes as well. But it's how you recover from those mistakes that makes you who you are. So you either didn't know, too prideful, or you was hiding something from me and you was telling me the grass was green on this side when on the other side there wasn't no damn grass at all. Oh yeah, I'm not too happy with the older generation. I still respect them because they are my elders, but as far as the thought process of what was told to my generation, I'm not too happy with them. But again, they only going off of what they were told from their elders. Okay. So with that being said, you got people who get positions, supervisors, managers, CEOs, whatever the title may be that they work themselves up to getting. Congratulations on getting that position. Congratulations for being a police officer or chief of police. Whatever it is that you have a power, a judge, whatever that brings you quote unquote power and responsibility, congratulations on getting it. Now, the thing that grinds my gears about the whole thing is when black people forget who has these titles, they forget that they're still black. And they act like the rules don't apply to them anymore because of this title they have. Now, I know probably other ethnicities go through this as well. But I can't speak on other ethnicities because I'm black. So I can't speak for the Mexican culture, the Asian culture, the Indian culture. I can't the African culture. I'm talking about the African culture because I'm black. Okay, and that might come across like, yeah, my people are from there, but I'm black. Okay, and trust me, I know plenty of Africans that will tell me that without even blinking an eye. Okay, so with that being said, you deal with that, and I'm pretty sure those ethnicities deal with it as well in the workforce, and trying, and when it comes to just the career world and so on and so forth. Fine, I get it, but what I have a problem with is you do everything in your power to keep another person of your same skin tone down and oppressed. You do everything in your power to do that. To please who? To please who? Who are we pleasing here? Like, who came up with this process mindset? Let me see. Well, when you go into a job interview, you need to make sure you're clean, your clean face, and your hair is cut low. You got to have a certain look about yourself when you go into. Who came up with this? Who came up with this mentality? Like, if I go into a job interview and I want to look like I want to look, and then by me looking the way I look, it is clean. Now, it's not me looking like I'm struggling, but I keep it clean. If I got a fro, I should be able to go in an interview with that fro. If I want to walk in there with braids, as long as that edge up is on point and my beard and facial hair is on point, it don't matter if I walk in there with a fro, a fro, I got too into it. Braids, dreads, locks, whatever. If I come in there and I'm presentable, that should be all. And what I bring to the table as far as experience and skill set, that is what should matter. Not how clean I'm walking around here looking like a 12-year-old boy. I find that offensive. And I find it unnecessary. And I find it of a way of the process of we trying to be something that we're not. I'm not trying to be Caucasian. I won't carry myself as a Caucasian because I'm not a Caucasian man. I am a black man, and I'm a proud black man. Am I prejudiced? Nope. Am I racist? Nope. And by me saying that I'm not either one of them, just confirm to you in your eyes that I am. In society's eyes now. Because if you tell people you're not racist, you're racist. You tell people you're not prejudiced, you are prejudiced. So it is what it is. But you know what I find funny is I have not ever had a run-in with I have not experienced a white officer harassing me. Crazy, huh? Not once in my life have I experienced a white officer, a Hispanic officer, an Asian, any other nationality harass me in law enforcement. Now, I'm fully aware that it does happen. And I've seen it happen to other people with my own eyes. Not on social media, but with my own eyes. But I haven't experienced it myself. And I still feel like I still 200% believe that is absolutely wrong. I believe that they are good cops, but because those good cops will not sit up there and speak on the corrupt cops that are out here doing what they're doing and getting away with it, to me, you're corrupt too. Just like I'm guilty by association. Yeah, I might be a Crip, and I'm a part of a Crip gang. But these group of Crips over here that set up here and shot up this store, I wasn't with them. I was in a whole nother city, a whole nother state at the time that it occurred. But I'm guilty by association because we're in the same gang. So you gonna look at me as I'm still guilty by association. So you know what? So are you. If you don't speak on the crooked cops that's out here doing the things that they are not supposed to be doing, and we tax-paying individuals, no, don't know about Section 8. I know about it, never lived off of it. Thank you, God, that my mother refused to live off of Section 8 in WIC. No offense to anybody who have grew up living in that way. No offense to you. But for some reason, when we complain about the law enforcement and how we feel about what they do that we feel isn't right, and we say we spend our tax-paying dollars for it, you think for some reason we living on assistance. And that's far from the truth. Far from the truth. Not everybody. And not everybody that's on this and live off the system is not out here working their butts off to make things happen for themselves. Not everybody is sorry. Just like you sit here and tell me every cop isn't a bad cop. Well, not everybody that lives on Section 8 is lazy. Okay? So with that, going back to my point, I've been harassed by black officers only. I've been harassed. Black officers see me and they see a threat. Crazy, huh? Yeah. And I wonder how many people will go through that, where they see a black officer, they like, oh, here we go. Oh, Trey ain't the only one that went through that in Boys in the Hood. That's real life. They're out there. They can't stand us for some reason, and they the same skin tone as us. That's out there. And that same person, that person can be in a police uniform. It can have a manager title, a supervisor title, a foreman title. And you got to go to work and deal with that every day. Because he believes if he's this way with you, it's going to please whoever is above him, which a lot of times is a Caucasian person or somebody that's not black in that position. And we always worried about when something occurs. This is the thing that upsets me. We get upset when things are not being done, when something is done to one of our people by somebody by the opposite race. We need to have that same intensity and that same frustration. We need to have that towards the people who have the same skin tone as us and is always looking to find a way to get rid of us in some type of way. No, I'm not on no all lives matter talk right now. I'm not even on a Black Lives Matter talk right now. What I'm on right now is we need to look out. We need to understand in order for us to get the respect that we deserve from other races. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. From other ethnicities, we have to show respect towards each other. You cannot sit up here and tell me that it's okay. It's not okay for them to come in and shoot us handcuffed to the ground. We following orders and we getting shot by a white officer or another ethnicity. We getting shot for no reason. Excuse me. And then we got something going on in our neighborhood where a black person killed another black person, and all we hear is free such and such out, or rest in peace to my boy, or whoever it is. This is unacceptable, man. Like this is unacceptable, women. This is unacceptable. Like this can't fly anymore. Y'all can't sit up here and only make this sound like it's always a race thing. Yes. Self-hate is a big issue in our community. Self-hate. We got to get this in check. We got to find out what's going on, and we won't find out what's going on if we're not communicating with each other. If we can't open up and talk to each other, then the person you're gonna be talking to is somebody from another ethnicity, either in a courtroom or with a gun in your face, or you're gonna be talking through a cell. I don't care about you getting mad. I don't care about you. If this upsets you, then it upsets you. Get over it. We seriously got an issue here. You work your way up to get to that title that you have. We should be uplifting each other, not because a person is black that you should be uplifting them, but if you see potential in that person, you should be trying to uplift that person. But because that person is black, you shouldn't feel like, oh, he might be trying to take my job. All things come to an end, good and bad. So how long you think you're going to end up having that title? It's going to come to an end eventually. So why not leave on your own terms? So the way I look at it is, I get a title of that magnitude, and I see potential in somebody else. I don't care if they black, white, green, or blue. I'm going to work with them, because the point is to leave on my own terms and try to advance on my own terms. Not sit there and just hope that this is as good as it's going to get. So we get real content. Love playing mind games. Remember, it's still a title. Titles get stripped every day, B. Titles get stripped every day. It's the person that you look at in the mirror that really is what counts. Just as fast as you can lose your job the next day. I can lose mine. I can lose my life. You can lose things. It's too much important things going on in life to be worried about a title. A title? It bothers me because my issue has always been with my own people in the workforce. It's always been my own people that's trying to belittle me and try to keep me down. No matter how hard I work, it didn't matter. It was my people, a person the same skin tone as me, that was harassing me, that was wearing a police uniform. That was sitting at the judge's seat in the courtroom. Doesn't make me anti-black whatsoever. I'm anti-ignorance. Oh, I could easily sit up here and be talking down and just like, forget them. But that's the thing. We can't have that mentality. We got to find resolutions. We have to find solutions. We can't walk around here mad. And I did that. I used to really have an issue with, I was more comfortable working with a person that was white or that wasn't black, that was my supervisor, manager, whatever. I was more comfortable with them, working with them than my own because of my experiences, past experiences. And you put everybody in a bubble, and it's not always like that because everybody that's black that has a title is not a bad individual or not out to get you. You just ran into some situations where you just put yourself in situations where you had some bad apples. Just like every police officer you run into is not trying to kill you or trying to arrest you or trying to beat you up. As crazy as the media makes it look and sound, it's being blown out of proportion. We got to learn how to pay attention to those things. Really do. Because I'm not intimidated when an officer drives up to me, past me, behind me, walk up to me. I'm not intimidated by it. I'm not scared. I'm not anything. Because if I ain't did anything, I got nothing to be worried about. And if I answer the officer questions that he asked, that's all it is. I'm not finna go into a whole I have my rights thing, because the crazy part about that is you'll sit there and say, I got my rights, when a police officer walk up to you and ask you questions. But your supervisor at your job just asked you questions too. You're not telling him you got rights, or her. So whenever anybody asks you a question that has any type of authority, are you going to say I have my rights? Or are you only going to say it when it comes to police officers? If you're going to do it all the way. Do it all the way. But see, you're not going to do it all the way when it comes to your job, because that job pays you and the officer doesn't. And that's the thing that throws me off. So for the right price, or for any price for that matter, a paycheck, you'll take that disrespect and that humiliation. But this police officer who asks you a question and you might not like the question he might ask or she might ask, but at the end of the day, shit, I don't like a lot of the questions. I don't like being questioned about any damn thing, to be honest with you. But hey, part of being an adult is, hey, you got to handle things in a mature manner. Unfortunately, we got to handle things in a mature manner because we're adults. We're not children. Nobody got time to sitting up here on social media all day, sitting up here on your soapbox talking about how the injustices are out here and you're not doing nothing about it. Yeah, it's easy to sit there and talk about that all day long when you're sitting up in your cubicle all damn day. But what are you doing about it? I'm not just asking you. I'm asking myself that too. Don't post problems if you don't have any solutions to those problems. And talking about those solutions is a whole lot different than walking and trying to make those solutions happen. Even if it's you doing it by yourself. You might start by yourself, but if you keep going at it, you won't end it by yourself. That's a fact. So what we doing here? What's the issue? What's the problem? Shouldn't be like this. I should not worry about working for a person that's my same skin tone and worrying about, well, I know they're gonna be cool with Jose over here. They're gonna be cool with Heather over here. They're gonna be cool with Jim and Bob and all them. But me, nah, they're gonna give me and Tasha some issues over here. We're gonna get a little slick talk. We're gonna get a little attitude. Word? And you think that's bettering yourself? This crab in a bucket mentality? Remember, it's just a mentality. But you also gotta remember this. Those crabs didn't get in that bucket by them damn selves. They were put there. So just because you are put in a position to go against me doesn't necessarily mean that's what you should do. So make sure you keep that in mind when you sit here and say, oh yeah, it's a crab in a bucket mentality. Oh yeah, cool. How them crabs get in that bucket? Cause last time I checked, they in the water. And ain't no buckets in no damn water. So, again, you are listening to the Owl. You are listening to the Always Podcast. And I appreciate it, as always. As you listening to me vent, and that's cool, kicking it with my good homie Shimmy, holding it down. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Definitely appreciate the love and the support. But this is really a issue that needs to be addressed when it comes to people of color and titles. I'm a bottom line type of person, so really, if it, I'm all about the dollar. But if it requires me to step on toes and put knives in people's backs, then it's not worth that money. It's just not. Because I still gotta look at myself in the mirror. And I gotta be happy with what I see. And karma is real, man. I don't care what you say. Karma is real. You get back what you put in. You get back what you put in. So with that, I'll be out here. Y'all just always stay tuned to the channel. Check us out. And again, tell a friend to subscribe to the channel. But yo, it was a crazy situation with one job where I had a situation where it was a supervisor who had that same mentality, and he was just, it was crazy because he was always like in situations with women, like women of color, you know what I'm saying? And he was always getting into situations with them where they was, going to, talking to HR a lot, reporting him to HR a lot and all that stuff. And it was just like, I didn't understand, because I never talked to dude. I wasn't fond of the dude anyway, so he didn't get a hello from me, a goodbye, nothing. He just got a look from me. You know what I'm saying? And, he probably didn't like it, but ain't nothing he's gonna do about it. Because at the end of the day, a job is a job. It's not my life. So, but, due to those situations, those cases keep coming up, he got let go. Now, I can sit up here and be like, I hate to see a man or a person lose their job, but I'll be a damn lie if I sit there and say I wasn't elated when I heard that man got fired. Because all you did was you didn't take advantage of your title anyway. If anything, you try to sit up here and act like, treating it like as if you was a dictator, when you realize that at the end of the day, you still working a person that's over you is white. You're not white. You're black. Now I'm supposed to sit up here and say, well, it's not good to say that. I feel great saying it. And I look forward to one day running into him in public outside of the job. I look forward to it. It will be very entertaining for me. Now, our grandparents and parents might call them Uncle Toms. Call them Uncle Ruckus. Mentality, dudes. Nobody got time for that, man. Now, you ain't lost your job trying to be a certain way with your people, and then you lose your job. Hell, and everybody damn near about to have a party off you losing your job. And you did that for what? To please who? To please who? Self-hate is our biggest issue in our community. That's fine. You don't like what I gotta say? Fine with me, don't listen. Because I'm not here to sit up here and please anyone. I'm just basically saying the things that you already thinking and that you say. I'm just saying it to a larger crowd. That's it, that's all. Enjoy the rest of your day. And always keep in mind, be positive, be productive, and always do you.